Okay, let's get to know SketchUp. So the first thing that you're going to need to know, and you might notice, is my toolbar, which are all these different tools, might look a little bit different than yours when you first open it. So I have the woodworking template. So if we went up here to new from template, I have woodworking. It's usually starred, but it's going to be right here. And if you work in millimeters, you can choose that as well. So once we go in here, you want to get used to some of these tools. They are what makes SketchUp work. So one way that you can do this is you can right click on this blank space up here and you can customize your toolbar. All of these are different tools that you can use. And if I wanted to add one up here, just drag, drop, push done. So in some future videos, we'll get into all of the different tools and what they do. But for this, I just want you to get familiar with what SketchUp looks like. Over here, we have some different views. These are your standard views. As you click on them, your camera will move. And then another huge thing are your measurements or dimensions, which are down here in the bottom right corner. So if I were to draw a line, L for line, and I want to go 22 inches, start it on whatever direction you want it to go, push 22 and enter. And there's your line at 22 inches. Which brings me to my next point. There are multiple ways to accomplish a task. So if I wanted to use the line tool, I could click on the line button, which is right here. That does the same thing. Or I can come up here to draw lines and then line. Or a keyboard shortcut, which is what I suggest you get used to, is click L. It'll bring up line and I can draw my line. So another thing that is really handy in SketchUp is it's going to snap to different points or planes. So here we have our origin, and as you can see, there's a black dot there. If I click, it's going, even if I'm off just a little bit and that black dot comes up, it's going to go directly in the origin and it's going to snap to each axis. So in this case, red, meaning your x-axis, is left to right. Green is your y-axis, which is front to back. And blue, which is your z, goes up and down. When you're first starting out, I suggest going up here to View, Tool Palettes, and then the Large Tool Set. So what that will do is give you almost all of these that are up here. I do use a good amount of them. And if you do the free version, which I believe is the 2017 version, you're not going to get some of the features, as far as this is the 3D warehouse. So if I wanted to insert a different tool, like the DeWalt 735 planer, somebody has already drawn that up, created it, and it's an image that you can bring in and then scale. So if you wanted to do a shop layout, you have those tools. And then the other one are extensions. So if you wanted to have some different add-ons, like taking your drawing and turning it into an SVG, that's something I'm researching and trying to get into, because now that I have lasers, it's going to make it a lot easier. But overall, that is the tool set, and that's where familiarizing yourself with SketchUp starts. In the next one, we're going to work on navigation. So how I can do all of this stuff